Welcome back and welcome to Satisfactory Update 4 and my waffling in this game, which is really real. I'm not going to claim myself any kind of a genius on Satisfactory, not at all, especially not the math. Thank you so much to everyone who actually bothered to stay around and wait. That is very, very much appreciated. Yesterday we finished the Caterium outpost that we can see in the distance there, which I don't remember exactly. Good evening, Cos18. A pleasure to see you as always. I don't remember exactly how much we're making out there. It's like, I had 50 times 12 times 60. No. How do I get this thing into... I do it like that. So I need to do... $50 times... 60. Yeah, we are making 3000 Caterium wire. I don't know why I keep saying Caterium wire. And then quick wire boots. Quick wire. And we're taking that in here, but 3000 of it means that I need all these 4 outputs to work. So the plan tonight is to try to figure out a way to get 4 belts from here, down there, and then over there. Now, before we do that, I need to do a little bit of cleaning up over there, because there's a facility, or rather a subfloor factory over there that is no longer required, which is the entire reason for what we are doing right now. The setup that I made over there was a temporary trademark, because we needed computers and we needed the back then known as tactical Borg cubes, now known as Borg cubes only. So I had those built up there with the stuff that I have been producing down here. And this place here, where we have these interesting looking belts, used to be the mall area, but I moved that over to underneath the train station where we were just at. That's a long time ago now, because that was in my YouTube series of the game. The previous one, update 3.5. But to do this properly, what I'm going to do is we're going to set up a sink. Or grinder, whatever your preference is. But of course I cannot set up that there, so we're going to set it up on the other side. I'm not too concerned with that ramp there. We're going to set up that. And we're going to set up a couple of industrial containers. Just chain them. Probably doing far too many, but it's not like they're expensive to build. Then we'll just chain connect these together with belts. And connect that to there, and then we just need power to the sink, and it's time to just start tearing things down. We can start with the stuff that I don't need from my inventory here. Let's start at the most sensible place, which is the input belt. We don't need that anymore. And then we can just start deconstructing things. But of course, doing the deconstruction, what I probably should do to save myself some headache in terms of confusion as to what I'm putting down, is actually make another industrial storage container on this other side. I could use chests, but then I would have to use several of them. So just put this stuff in there. I hope there's room for all this in there. There is. Ha! That's not bad. Or pure luck. Now I can't just hold down control on all things here because I'd rather not deconstruct the ceiling. Calculated indeed. We'll go a little bit careful here so as to not deconstruct things that I shouldn't deconstruct. That looks good to me. I'm probably going to deconstruct a foundation or two, and I'll find the hole. Have no worries about that. I will probably not notice now, but I will notice later when I fall down into it. That's a thing. I like to do that in Satisfactory. Maybe not like to do it, but at least I do it fairly regularly. If I go here, just run down the line like this, and there. That is yet to be determined. Me, an IT machinist, yes. Store all. You shouldn't feel obliged to do anything, Addicted. You do you. That is what is most important. By far, that is what is most important. I have invited Wally to the factory, so I might lay a few traps. No, wait. I would never do that. I think I deconstructed something over there. I don't want to do that. Wally has been a very, very kind and good minion and offered his assistance at doing menial work. And as the evil genius that I am, how on earth could I resist such an offer? Satisfactory genius what? Well, don't blame me. You're the one who said that you would be happy to help with doing menial work. Isn't that what minions do? Tearing down things should have been more like explosions and grenades and things like that. Like you could just throw a couple of nobelisks into it and it would just all blow up. That would be fun. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know exactly how the founder system works. But it could very well be that it was because you were gifted the sub indeed. Oh, that's what I'm doing here. Apparently I'm also taking up concrete. I also sadly do not know whether it would give you the founder's badge if that is the case. If you were to renew the subscription now, I'm not that familiar with how the subscription system works. I mean, today is the 7th day that I am streaming on Twitch. But there's There's ample of things that I don't know yet. Wally has a bit more experience than me. Move that one, and... Oh, come on. What's the problem with the hitbox on that machine? There we go. Okay, so it is within a large window of time. That's good. Move that, but I need to move the stuff that I have in these containers, circuit boards and computers, because I don't want to grind those things. How does... Oh, that's how it has power. And then the quartz... I don't think... I can take the quartz up here instead of taking it up through the floor there, but again, I'm not sure if I want to have this floor here at all. And that's the funniest part of all the things in regards to me starting to do streaming. I relax more when I'm streaming than I do when I'm not streaming. It's quite the contradiction to how afraid I was of going into streaming originally. That seems about right. Oh, I've added a specific sound effect just for you, Wally. I've even called it Wally.
It's not easy being green.
Do I want to save any of this? Which has yet again failed to alert of tentacle time. I'm not surprised. But I am glad that you discovered that there is tentacle time, so welcome so much, Caledorn. Actually, Phasian, I am. Like on the MBTI thingamajingy scale, I score very high on the introvert, but when I read about this, they have many different names for it. Introverted, extrovert, ambivert, so forth, so forth. When I read about... The article that I read was about what they called ambivert. It fits very well with my personality, actually. So you're spot on there, actually. I need some of this floor because I need belts. The company is very nice indeed. But that was the thing that I was worried about. The having an audience, having to be, you know, entertaining. That was a threshold. And yes. Depending, but that's where it comes in with the introvert versus extrovert versus ambivert, because depending on the situation, sometimes it takes energy, other times it gives energy. Streaming is... Yes, exactly. Two-way spoken communication is different. I think the fact that the chat is text and that I can respond by talking makes a lot of difference, actually. Now that you mention it. Oh, I have plans for that, Phasian. I mean, I need something with tentacles, but I'm not sure where to get a proper tentacled hat. That one is done. Okay, the next thing I need to do now is move those containers. Let's get rid of that Oh yeah, I've seen one of them, which I found highly amusing. It even looks like a tentacle, a blue thing that he's also. Is that a goose? It looks very similar to the one that his character is wearing in Monster Hunter. I don't remember if it was Monster Hunter World or if it was just Monster Hunter. Okay, then it isn't the same one. The one that I'm referring to is it is blue, I believe. Ties around his head. Well, I don't think I'm going to get that creative. That's also a very good point, Jonas. Like, I feel very comfortable with gaming since it's basically what I do. Most of the time anyways. So, but it does depend on the game. I was a bit more like Satisfactory. I'm very comfortable with the game since I have somewhere above 1,000 hours in the game. I was a bit more worried about the Evil Genius 2 stream. But then an additional factor that was the weird embargo thing. Which is limitations on how long you can have the streams, how long you can have the video on demands, and if it had been consistent, like if they had the same amount of time, but I guess that the reason why they have different embargoes on it is probably because people edit videos. So that's probably the reason for the difference of embargo time on the video on demand and the streams. At the same time, they have in the embargo they have a very specific point of the game that you cannot cross, and you're allowed to do whatever you want up to that specific point. So I'm not really sure about that. Edit Schmedit, indeed. I cannot stand editing videos. If I can avoid it, I will do quite a bit of avoidance to avoid editing. I need to build one of these machines to have a look at the alternate recipe for these. I probably could just have copied it, but okay, so the alternate also takes 3 products. One of them being AI limiters, and the AI limiters are what we are going to make as one of the products with the quickwire that we have built. I'll just leave these machines be for the time being. You're not only gaming. Well, I guess that when I do not stream, I watch streams and do other things as well, so I'm not only gaming myself either. Now that you mention it, that's a good point. And there's also things that I do in real life, I suppose. But when I'm gaming, it's nice to be able to stream and interact. That's for sure. I enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would. My thought when I went into streaming was, yeah, maybe I'll do 2 hours, maybe 1 or 2 days a week. Didn't turn out that way. Yep, I need more fuel. I actually need... The reason I went with Twitch was multifold. I have mentioned this before in other... No, this is the wrong tube. I mentioned this before, but I had certain difficulties with the terms of service at Twitch. their exclusivity thing, and also in addition to that, Twitch has a clause in their agreement where they basically tell their creators that they have the right to use any footage that a creator has made on their platform at any time in history, and there is no way to take it down. So, for instance, if Twitch decided that I did something that they enjoyed in this video, let's try to do that right. They have the right to use that, and even if I remove the content from the platform, I don't have an appeal. And I didn't like that, the idea of that, but I mean, if Twitch wants to use something that I've done in marketing, it's probably a good thing for me as well, because that would create a lot of visibility for me. YouTube has the same clause, but YouTube also has the clause that if you remove the content from the platform, you also relinquish their right to use that content in their marketing. In other words, I could remove a video if I was unsatisfied with what they had done with whatever footage I had done, and they would also have to remove their stuff based on that if I appeal to them. But when was it? It's like 2 months ago or something. I was approached by BioRacer in the Red Circuit streaming group, and asked if I wanted to be an affiliate with Red Circuit, and I was very honored that I was asked this question, because all of the streamers that I've seen in Red Circuit are really great people. I watch a fair bit of them frequently. Yeah, it might even be shorter, it might even be just a month ago. And when I then tried, basically what I did was, I had many comments on when I started this series on YouTube for Update 4, I had many comments saying that they wanted me to record everything that I do. But I'm not... Based on my experience, you lose audience on YouTube very quickly if you have... Like, say, what I did with the Caterium Outpost would be somewhere about between 15 and 20 episodes of YouTube content, if I made the videos like 40 minutes long. And I don't think that... Well, no, now 15 to 20, that's a bit... No, it isn't actually, because I spent more than... 3 days on that, with 5 to 6 hours in each stream. So I tried to stream in my Discord server, in a channel there, just sharing my screen. And I had a couple of people who joined in and watched that. Okay, so it was actually almost 2 months ago. And then I mentioned in the inner circle, where we have Wally and Peps, that maybe I should try to stream. And I was very determined that day that I would be doing it on YouTube. But was convinced that, no, why not use Twitch? So the next day I decided, yes, I will use Twitch. And here we are today. And I do not regret the decision at all. In any way. Yes, that is exactly what I did. I tried my hand to see, does this work? Thank you so much, Wally. Where was I? Yes, I needed the fuel because I'm going to need to use the jetpack so that I don't fall down, which I'm going to do. So the first thing that I need to do is... Actually, the first thing I need to do is wait for the autosave. Thank you. And then we need to go have a look at those belts. Takes a while to get coupons at this stage. Yeah, there is that too as well. I was a bit worried about streaming on YouTube because the YouTube algorithm is weird. Like, I don't know if even Google's engineers who work on that algorithm understands it. As was proven somewhat by the Spiffing Brit when he had his how to break the algorithm video when everyone and their grandmother started using the poll feature on their community tab, which was I will not go to the length and say that I found that amusing, because I was very tired of seeing all those polls in my YouTube feed, and I very consciously decided not to do the same, because it was annoying to me that there were so many polls all of a sudden. But I need these, and I need to go down on these. But to avoid the... No, that was the right way. To avoid the algorithm being borked, that's why I decided to do Twitch. However, based on the views that I've had on the uploads that I've done of this companion series, I probably shouldn't have been too worried about that. But then again, had I known that, I probably would have been streaming on YouTube, which means that I would have missed out on all the nice things that have happened here, which I am very grateful and very happy that I did not miss out on. So, yeah, that's the short version of the story. Amusingly enough, there is a longer version, but I don't think I want to bore everyone with that. Thank you. I feel confident that I made the right choice myself as well. So I'm very glad that I did. Okay, that needs to be 2 away. No. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, that is a very good... I think it's supposed to be there. Yes. I like to think that everything happens for a reason. Not so much necessarily because I believe there's a greater... The blush into the red desert. Yes, that was very amusing. Both for me and for you guys, I believe. Anyway, so what I was saying, I don't necessarily believe that there's a greater purpose, like a universe or a higher being guiding us into doing things. I don't necessarily believe that, but one of my heroes, and he's truly a hero as well to many people. His name is Viktor Frankl, and he was a Jewish survivor of, I think he was in Birkenau. He was a psychiatrist, and he survived the concentration camp, lost all of his family, and when he was released from the concentration camp by the Allies, he went on, of course, to a period of mourning since he had lost his family. But then he went on to writing, which he had already started with while he was in the concentration camp. And it is very difficult not to look at this man. He's dead now of natural causes. He got quite old, but the idea of someone being able to find purpose and meaning while being in a concentration camp, that is what he did. That's something that... This is why he's one of my heroes. And what he wrote is basically... I think the book he wrote was called Man's Search for Meaning, but there is a quote from him that I find very inspiring. He developed a therapeutic method called logotherapy, which is it's based on existential analysis, focusing on Søren Kierkegaard and the will to meaning. And it is an opposing theorem or psychiatric theorem which opposes the Nietzschean doctrine of will to power or Freud's will to pleasure, because logotherapy was founded upon the belief that striving to find meaning in life is the primary, most powerful, motivating and driving force in humans. It's a controversial thing today, but the three basic principles of logotherapy is something that I find I use these actively in my own life, and I don't care about the rest of the all of the theories and written documentation and stuff that is around logotherapy. I just find that these three simple principles or tenets are very useful regardless of what one believes in. Number one being, life has meaning under all circumstances, even the most miserable ones. 2, our main motivation for living is our will to find meaning in life. And 3, we have the freedom to find meaning in what we do and what we experience, or at least in the stance we take when faced with a situation of unchangeable suffering. Which is the last one is really powerful. But all of those three statements are, to me, very powerful. And Frankl himself said that we can discover this meaning in life in 3 different ways. 1, by creating a work or doing a deed. 2, by experiencing something or encountering someone. Here we are. That applies for this. Or 3, by the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering. And he also, that was of course based on his experiences when he was a prisoner. He also said that everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human's freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. So Frankl to me was, or is, a very important person. So when I... Exactly. I mean... When I read that, at first I didn't know that he had been in a concentration camp. And then I read about the man and I discovered that, whoa, okay, where? That's powerful stuff, because I don't think that I would have been able to come to that conclusion. I mean, thank you, Belt. Being able to find meaning that way is almost beyond admirable to me. I'm like, okay. It's Frankl was quite the character, as I mentioned. He's a hero of mine, and. I haven't read his books. They are, by today's standards, I tried to read the book Man's Search for Meaning, but it was very, very hard to read because it was using... I mean, it was written in the 1950s, so it was very archaic, kind of. It's not archaic, but it's still... The language was very different. It was written in a very different style in that zeitgeist. So it was very hard for me to focus trying to read the book. So I just had to give up because I couldn't make sense of it. But it's not that important to me either that I need to read the book. because I've gotten what I needed, which was the exact thing that he says. I discovered that I can find meaning even when I am suffering. Because if that man was able to find meaning in life while being in a concentration camp, then I sure as heck can find meaning in things even if I have rough times from time to time. It's that's true. That is a good point. It is powerful if one feels like meaning is important. And that is very, very relevant as well, because sometimes people are in situations where meaning doesn't feel important. Like if you suffer from depression, for instance. Cliff's Notes? Not sure what that refers to. I'm going to have to do this on both sides, aren't I? Not necessarily. If I take down on 2 different levels... Okay, I'm going to... No, I can delete the quick wire, but... Or I can attach the lift 1 level down. So this one is going to come down on that angle. But I have that belt coming there, which means that I'm going to have to... The cheater versions of books that just provide a summary and the important information. Yep. Yeah, especially when dealing... Like, I like reading books, and I like also reading theoretical books, but when they're from the 1950s, written by... I don't know how old he was at the time, but he wasn't young anymore. He must have been in his 40s or 50s. I think. I am not sure. But he was a professional doctor, and he had taken the training to become a psychiatrist and everything. So it was written as a theoretical book for psychiatrists and psychologists in that era, which I think that probably sums it up, how difficult it was to try to make sense of the material. Yeah, that works. Actually, I can take it even one further down. Two, three, four. That's not right. Let's try that again. There we go. Then we need to do the same here. It's basically on the same angle. That's good. But here we have to go... Or do I? No, I don't. They can come... Okay.
Not all who wander are lost.
Thank you so much for the follow, Iron Ducks, and welcome. It's nice to see that they added this. How many of these have they? Wow. Okay, this one I feel lack. Lurking is perfectly fine. You're more than welcome. That one goes to there. That one goes to there. That belt is reserved for more silica, I think. Yeah, I as proven by several streams, I do forget to use them as well. Let's remove that. Now, so how does it work for this? Okay, so this gives me the conveyor options. Yep, definitely a habit we all have to form. This would give me the window options. This one I want the walls though. This one, yes. And then we want a regular wall here with a white box on the inside. You know what? That's probably a little bit... Nah, it doesn't matter because I'm going to have belts coming on the other side as well. There we go. It's basically just doing this. That's 3 of the belts. Now the 4th one obviously has to come here. It's going to be 1 out from the wall. However, I don't think... No, it's going to be here. And then I have to figure out the most graceful way to get those belts. And I could put these a little further up so I could use lifts instead of having inclines on the belts here. But I don't think having the inclines is that much of a problem though. I usually don't have them, but this is kind of like the underworks of the factory, so I'm not that bothered with it down here. I need to know exactly where this is coming out. It's coming out there. Okay, so if I remove that again... Which means... there, and then the incline can go down there. It's just... That's the wrong belt. So that goes to there. Or rather, it goes directly to there, but... So that's fine. And then we can have an incline going down. How did that even happen? Thank you. Didn't I add a couple of more sound files today? I removed a couple that I don't think they are going to. I did. Oh. This one. This one should sound familiar.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
Someone clipped that as evidence. Yeah. I just did the sound effect prior to you saying that. Oh, and I also added this one.
Yes? For the last time, I'm a dread lord, not a drug lord.
And I did add a tentacles command.
face tentacles. We do not have face tentacles. If we did, that would mean Draenei are secretly emissaries of the Void, gaining your trust as we infiltrate your society so that we can bring about its end. And I'm certain you're not implying that, are you?
No. And I also added this one. Just because it's fun.
I always wanted to start my own religion. So I did.
The way he says that. So I did. Reminds me of someone. It's a quote or something that sounds very similar to that. There? No, that's gonna be too steep, I think. No, that looks like the same curve. Oh, I also added this one, which is it's courtesy of Vliv, who is slightly, well, camera, this, or NVIDIA broadcaster, this guy is supposed to be in the picture. Yes.
Dressed to kill. Blah.
He has very impressive teeth. The next ones are going to come here. But it's going to have to, like, the thingy is going to come there. Which means there, I think. Yes. Which means that that one has to be there. And the next one has to be here because of the wall there. So this one needs to be 2 up. And I'm not sure what length I put this at. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that the same there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not. It's 5. But so I added 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would that give the same incline? Maybe that one is a bit steeper, but, and same with this, but whatever. It works. But this one isn't supposed to go down there. And I guess this one is supposed to go down here as well, so let's do that again, shall we? Now it's easy for me to place it down, though. It is supposed to be there, and it's supposed to be there. Then this one connects to there. Did I? Okay, so this one has to go there. Then connect up to that one and go into there, and then this one goes there. And we can remove these because those are just placeholders. Yeah, I thought there was something strange here. I apparently managed to place these wrong. My tolerance for crooked belts is not as high as it is for inclines where those are necessary. There we go. That's going to be more like it. So that one goes there. This one goes there. That one goes to there. Then that one goes here. I seem to have done the same thing here. Yes. There and there. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but at least it is acceptable within the parameters that I have defined for what I wanted it to do. That one comes out there. 1, 2. That one comes out here. So on the second tile, 1, 2. I suppose what I could do is what Wally usually does, which I'm not used to doing at all. I guess it is simpler in a way. Just that I'm not used to doing it that way. And here, I'm not sure it's going to help me, is it? Oh, it is. See, Wally? I do watch your content. Okay. Now it's just a matter of... Yeah. I think that the main problem is that I forget. That last statement you just made there, I'm going to concur with that without question. Down here is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to turn. And I want the belts to go right around here and then down here and over there. And down there. That's one of your main problems. What's one of your main problems? Whether you are simple... Oh, yeah. Yep. I tend to have the same thing. Like, I've seen you do that, and I thought, oh, that's a neat way to do it, and then I've promptly forgotten. I have a sneaking suspicion we are going to run into a problem here. Nope. Huh. That, on the other hand, that might be a problem. I think we can get around it, but I'm not sure. This might barely work. But... oh, it actually does work. That's a surprise. Huh. And then all we need to do is bring the Caterium up there, but I'm going to have to redo the silica belts up there, because I don't think I can have the belts go through those. Or I can take them around and take them... well, I can only take up 3. So maybe even better is just taking them underneath these silica belts and then take them up the other side. I think that's going to be a fair bit easier, to be honest. That one is going to cause a bit of an issue. Can I... well, maybe if I do it the right way. I can. Does it clip through the floor? No, it doesn't. Maybe I'll do it like that then. Obviously at the right angle, but I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Okay, so that conveyor pole there. One, two. How does that work? Or how does that look? Does it clip into anything? No, it actually doesn't. Whoa! Oh, hello. That was a bit faster than I expected. How does that work on this side? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should not be too close. That should... ah, I can actually go one more. If I have the lifts on this grid, and I build a belt there. No, that doesn't work. I should have tested before I put all of the poles down. Okay, let's connect up the belts like that. Remove you. And you. You and you. And then lift there. 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 Yep, that works. Now, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Probably have to connect some belts here, so I don't think that one is going to work either. I'm just going to make some temporary short belts that I will have to remove again later. And that one. That is correct, isn't it? I need to remove the fence. I also need to remove the ramp over there, because that's not going to work. I can't very well walk through the belts. Stop that. That one is wrong. Here's another one of these lifts that are going to cause me a bit of a headache. Move that fence. Okay, so I'm going to have to figure a way to get... Well, I could always build around that lift, but I'm wondering if that lift needs to go at some point. Where are the... There they are. Now the question is, will the game be... almost there, yes, thank you. And E, we want a ramp. No, not a ramp, a straight. Okay, so that works. How does that look from above? That doesn't look too bad. It actually looks kind of cool. I'm satisfied with this look. Yeah. This is definitely something I can work with. Why do I have circuit boards here? What? This must have been from when I had the containers with the mall here. No, this was for the What the heck is that belt for? Oh, no, it's the circuit board coming down. This was... Okay, that won't work. But I don't think I need to store those circuit boards. Because I'm going to use them here anyways. I don't think there's anything that I need circuit boards for. I don't think I need them in the mall. I mean, I could always make a container up there. Serve as some kind of a buffer. But I don't think I need them. Need to go. Yep. And with these, I suppose I could use lifts to get it up. I really need to change that up there because I need that's not going to work at all. Maybe if I use this floor the same way that I'm using the floor down there. Kind of like the underworks of the factory floor up there. It's actually, well, this one down here is only 16 meters high, while this one up here is 24. But I don't think that's a bad thing, because I'm going to have to transport more products across the floor down here if I do that. That means I could get rid of all that weird things that I have up there and instead do the splitting down here and then send the products up. And suddenly everyone who is present understands very well why things take time in my Satisfactory factories, because I kind of come up with these ideas as I go, and then things take more time than they were meant to do. But that's kind of what's the fun for me in Satisfactory as well. It's like you get these ideas while you're building, and then you suddenly realize, oh, almost like a, oh, shiny kind of thing. I'm gonna take a very quick break, go to the bathroom and get some water, so I will be back in a couple of minutes. That shouldn't be very long, so I won't be bothering by... I won't bother set up a train ride for that. It'll be like 3 minutes or something at most. There we go. Thank you for waiting. And you have a very good night, Jonas. And sleep tight. And hope to see you again soon. if I wanted to do that, how would that work? The belts that I already have here. These ones would have to turn. You know what? I think I have the stuff around that I need to make. I need some copper sheets and I need some quartz crystals. I think I can find them very handily and readily available here. I haven't tested them yet. The floor is too steep, so I need a wall. And that doesn't help me at all, because I don't want to build a wall. I suppose I can test them, but I would not like to have walls here. So you mean that I have to build you on a wall? Well, I could build the flood tower light as a... Wow, that's big. You can do that, okay. How does that compare with the floodlight tower? That's also big. That's very big. Do I have enough power down here? I was waiting for that. Thank you. Obligatory joke. Yeah. Well, I could attach a light control and make it a little bit less annoying. I wonder what's up with the lens flare in this game. Okay, well, it's that I have finally gotten lights, but... Nope. Waffle time, waffle all around. One, two belt there. Here it would be a real pain though, because the belt would have to come up there. Or there, of course. If I get them up on the right... No. Maybe this is just left as is for now. Thing though is that I need... Well, I can leave this as it is. I can take the quick wire in and then take that out where I need it. So in terms of the quick wire, let's finish the belts. And man, this game is so dark at night, and the update really didn't help. The update has made it worse, probably because they added lights. I don't know why they would do that. It's dark. It was dark before as well. Yep, J.J. Abrams has been mentioned in regards to the lens flare. It's really insane. Guess I could use that one as well. Yeah, the belts will happily flow here, but then I want to build a couple of fences here. We need to get no less than 4 belts around the corner there. No, Nightbot. I just want to adjust very quickly the it bothers us with that a little bit too often. Let's say 20 lines of chat. I wish I could just type in the number instead of having to use that slider, but there we go. Okay. You go there. You go there. You go there. And you go there. The hitboxes of how to hit these things are also a bit small. You have underestimated your need for nitrogen by several thousand. Are you building on the same scale that I am? Or worse? Not that I know how much nitrogen I'm going to need, but that sounds like what I'm doing here with the quick wire. This clips slightly, but that's fine. Can't afford. Well done. And much confusion ensued as Caledorn didn't find his way around his own base. What are you building since you need that much nitrogen?
Not all who wander are lost.
Thank you so much for the follow. I'll just say that with letters. URH 111. Oh, I can remove that. And that. Not that I'm allowed to build a fence there anyways, but I can build a fence if I do this. Now, trust me, I am going to fall down there or somewhere around there, so don't worry about that. The fences are only a minimal protection against my abilities to fall down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should suffice for now. Now that one needs to go here. I'm building a large turbo motor line, which needs cooling systems. You missed a 0 in the amount of nitrogen. You missed a 0. Aha. Right. Well, I'm not going to say anything because I would be very prone to do the same. Is that too close? Aha. Yeah, that is too close. Well, if it's those numbers, it thankfully shouldn't be that much of a bother to fix, since get on a normal nitrogen well you get 60. I assume that's not 120 or 9. No, it must be 120 on the pure ones. I'm gonna do the Wally here. Then I'm going to put up the conveyor poles manually. Do I have conveyor poles? Yes, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never mind. I misread. Yeah, 150 each. Not 15. Yeah. Yeah. Then you might be on the hunt for another nitrogen resource, well, I suppose. That's not right at all. Back to the spreadsheet. Oh, how I know that feeling. Okay, so I need to do this the Caledorn style so that I get this right. Come on, game. It's like there's just 1 or 2 pixels that will attach it to where I want it. And all the other pixels will attach it to everywhere else. I think that's too close. Yep, that's right. Would have been too close. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. That goes there. That goes there. And then finally this one goes here. And now we're starting to look at something proper here. This is really a lot of quick wire. There, and then finally that one goes there. They are right, yes, yes, they are. I like that bug that they introduced with belts or items on belts not being visible all the time. It's I'm pretty sure it's due to the engine update, but they haven't figured out entirely how to get things right on the engine. But it looks kind of amusing from time to time. Autosave incoming. 5, 4, ha! I'm surprised I haven't fallen down. The autosave bug was fairly critical. I'm very glad they fixed that quickly. Especially since we're dealing with experimental branch here, which is more prone to crashing, so I was not very comfortable with that bug. I can live very, very happily with bugs that, like, things not being visible on belts all the time. That's fine, but autosave, that's like mission critical for the enjoyment of the game as a whole. Look at that. Well, I need to remove this again because that one is clipping and we don't want things to clip. That's bad. How do I want to do this now? Yeah. Suddenly things appeared on the belt. We do 1, 2, 3, 4. The big question if it's a good idea to have them on the same level or if I should put them on different levels. They are going to go over there. How close can I have this to the wall? Not that close. That doesn't work at all. Because okay, so I can't use lifts. I will have to deal with well, I can use lifts up to here. If I think that's as close as I can go. I don't feel like removing the flooring up there. This should work. It means using an incline, but it's fine since I have inclines here already. Then it's just a matter of connecting them. That sounded very Norwegian English, or Norwenglish. Just connecting them up like that. And then we have a whole lot of quick wire available to us. And then, what do we need? I have the silicon circuit boards done. But the next thing that we're going to produce is the AI limiter. We need those, but I don't remember how many, and we need more copper sheets for them. And I don't remember if think I'm using every single copper sheet in the production of okay, this is bizarre. Right. I'm using every single copper sheet in the production of the silicon circuit boards up there. I'm pretty sure about that. I don't know if I actually updated my spreadsheet with that, but I did not. I need to update this badly. Because now I have lost track of what I am producing. Okay, the other way we can find that out is... basically, I can build a refinery here just to see. The refinery making a steam copper sheet makes 22.5 per minute. And I'm pretty sure I built 40 of them. Let's see. This takes a bit of time with my current spreadsheet or save game because it is rather large. I built 35. And if I do... well, is that one clocked at the maximum? No, that one is at 15 per minute. So if I do... 22.5 times 34 plus 15, I get 780. So I am using the entire belt for that, which means that I need more copper sheets. Because I'm fairly certain that I'm using all of the copper sheets in these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 28. 27.5 times 28 is 770 plus 10 is 780. So I'm using every single copper sheet in that production line. Which means that I do indeed need more copper sheets. Which I did not factor in at all. For the AI limiters. The other thing we are going to need to produce is... have I unlocked... yeah, that seems to be the only thing we are going to produce in this one, the AI limiter. That was not part of the plan. Because it doesn't make sense for me. I mean, I have the ingots, I have a full belt available, so I can set up another belt of 780 refineries. Not 780 refineries, but 35 refineries making steamed copper sheet. But the issue would be setting up the refineries again, which would probably take several hours. The other thing that we need to produce is the Caledorn computer. Now that one is... I'm ready with the parts that I need for this one. 780 divided by 105 is 7.4285. Multiplied by 3.75 means that I would be producing 27.85 computers per minute, which I think is a fairly high number for computers, actually. I would be using 1 belt of quickwire. But if I am producing... well, I don't know if I need the circuit boards for other things. Oh, sorry, I forgot to remove the browser. My apologies for that. Although I am going back to it. Circuit board is used in computer and high-speed connectors, so I need some of them for the high-speed connector as well. But not many. It takes 3.75 per minute. I could use the silicon high-speed connector recipe. Not only could I use it, I will use it because I don't want that much quick wire per minute. This one is a little bit more sensible. This recipe is probably also going to be required. Was 1.5 per minute as compared to the basic recipe, which is 1.25 for 2.5. Yeah, this one is better since I'm producing a heck of a ton of aluminium casing. I have rubber. These ones are needed for the turbo motors, but then we get to the nitrogen part for me as well. I also need them in the fused modular frame, which I guess is the new tactical Borg cube. OC supercomputer, okay. Overclocked supercomputer, interesting. Now the turbo rigger motor, I'm not sure if... That's a very strange recipe. It definitely has the most bizarre numbers I've seen so far in any recipe. 6.5625, 4.6875, and so that's a really bizarre recipe. Okay, so I need to store the radio control units. Yeah, it basically looks as if that is exactly what they've done, but I suspect that the reason... Yeah, ratioing everything was absolute murder, I believe you. I suspect that the reason why they have these bizarre recipes with these numbers is to force us to use power shards to either overclock or underclock to get whole numbers. Because I'm pretty sure that if you put a machine using this recipe in with a power shard and you set it at 3 per minute, all of these numbers become more sensible. I wonder if that's what they're aiming to do there, to like present these obnoxious, I guess is a right word, obnoxious numbers to kind of make players want to experiment with over and underclocking machines. I don't know if I have that recipe. Let me remove the browser again. I'm pretty sure I don't have that recipe because I haven't. Oh, I do, but I have the old one. 10,000 copper a minute. Right. 10,000 copper a minute. I feel that the term megabase for my factory is not appropriate based on those numbers because wow, 10,000 copper a minute. I assume you were using the refined copper recipe then for the pure copper ingots as yeah. Yeah, it's good that they've added the copper to be more relevant. I need to change my wire setup to be iron wire because of the absurd number of copper that I am going to need. This is one of the reasons why I want the AI limiters, because I want to change to this recipe. Use the foundry recipe because it took 100 foundries instead of 300 refineries. Yeah, that makes sense. That's actually, well, that's not a bad idea at all. Relevant 10. Since I have plenty of iron available. Setting it to 3 per minute makes everything a nice even. Yeah, I had suspicions. I didn't know, but I had suspicions based on previous recipes that I've done that with. So I guess that it is their way of telling us, hey, don't forget to hunt slugs. $100 per minute, yeah, so you basically need 100 of these instead of 300 refineries. There is merit to that idea. $30 megawatts compared to 16. How did you get the raw ore in then? Did you use trains for the raw ore? Or did you just belt it from all over the place? Yep. Yeah, exactly. 2 giant trains. I'm definitely going to need more copper. Now, thankfully, going back to the browser, I do have. Oh, this is so laggy when I have this much stuff. I do have one of the belts that comes here that are smelting from this place here isn't in use, so I could just make copper sheets from that. But I could also convert this facility here and get the foundations right into foundry, because there's plenty of iron in the area that I'm not tapping. The thing with foundations is these foundations here are the only ones that are not aligned on the northeast-southwest axis. Yes. Yeah, 10% of the space. I believe you. And when I have like 5 pure nodes of iron in this little window that I have here, there is no reason why I shouldn't do that instead of setting up a massive refinery operation, which will take me probably 2 or 3 days to set up, like the one I did there. There's even a pure iron node down there, and there's another one over there. But the copper, do I have There are like 12 pure copper nodes in total on the map. Do I have anyone left? I do not have any pure copper left here. I would have to go down here, which handily enough has 3 of them. How does that work with the... Not that I'm going to redo it, but how does that work with the... No, wait. Okay, so I did the right thing with the Caterium, because there isn't an alloy recipe there. There's only the pure one. What does the guy say about the efficiency of... that's the wrong. Let's see here. What does this guy say about... If you're wondering about the color scheme here, it's because I'm using Night Reader, and I'm also using something called... what's its face? I actually think it is Night Reader or Dark Reader, because if I do the ooh, that's painful. And that's why I do it, because all the white is like to my eyes. Yeah, it probably did, didn't it? Yes, it did. Wow. You could probably understand what I mean by ooh. Yes, the guy says actually that the copper alloy ingot is S, while the pure is B. 4 times the space, 6 times the power, but more than double the copper. This is a late game recipe for sure, but definitely worth setting up to get the most out of your copper. Worth noting that it's better than copper alloy ingot in terms of productivity in all metrics, which you can see by 250%. But he prefers this one because this recipe is almost always what you want, since iron is much more readily available than copper. And there are also lots of other recipes that use more copper instead of iron, so this alongside those recipes means that you're still using iron to make the copper as a substitute, but just way, way less of it. As for the iron, he says the opposite. Converts extra copper into extra iron ingots, but until you may run low on copper, and we are there. You actually want to go the other direction and turn iron into extra copper. So he recommends the pure iron ingot for extra iron, but there is so much iron that... I would very much like to see your factory, said Lorian. Or even better, I would rather enjoy very much to feature it on my channel, on YouTube. Because what you're describing here is like, okay, I don't care so much about it whether it's a gigantic mess. Based on the numbers you're describing, it's also sounds like it's a gigantic mega base of proportions. How long does the save game take? Like when the autosave? I suspect it takes a while based on the numbers you're providing here. No. You could as well have been right now, though. Okay, so we are going to use the copper alloy ingot. 50 and 25. Takes a little while to save. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, we're noticing the save game times now. Oh, and yeah, basically, I think I mentioned this yesterday as well, but I am interested in showing off anyone's factory on my YouTube channel if you'd like to show it off. But I think that because I tried that idea in covers pretty much the whole Western Ocean. Okay, well then, yeah. So the thing is, I tried the idea back in update 3, but I was spending so much time on my own factory that by the time I had gotten to the point where I would be recording those episodes and featuring people's save games, they were several weeks old, and I didn't particularly feel like contacting the people who had sent me the save games and ask them, do you still want me to feature your factory, or and so forth. So in my Discord server, I do have a Factorio. That was a brain fart. I do have a Satisfactory channel, and I will announce in there when I want to do feature episodes. And what I'm thinking is, yeah, that is what I did here as well. I built this as a tutorial series for the content up to the end game in update 3.5. I do have a Factorio channel too, but I'm not sure that showing off Factorio factories is something that I would like to do. But I would like to show off Dyson Sphere Program and Satisfactory basis. That's a certainty. And what I was going to say is that I could that I intend to make a not tagging anyone announcement, but an announcement that with instructions for how to send me the save games. But if you have a factory that you think you would like to show off in the state that it is now, even though it might be a couple of weeks until I get around to it, you can send it to me via email. For Satisfactory, the save game size isn't a problem, so you can just send the save game as an attachment. For Dyson Sphere Program, you would probably have to go to the site called wetransfer.com, because the save, or you can compress them, but I'm not sure if it would be within the limitation of what Google considers an acceptable size. I think they would still be rather large. But for Dyson Sphere Program, if you have something there that you want to show off, I would be very interested in doing that as a kind of when I'm not streaming. Just record Dyson Sphere Program feature episodes. So you can send me save games. My email address is caledorn@gmail.com, so that shouldn't be too hard. And please provide some instructions, like tell me in such an email what you would like me to showcase, what you're proud of, and stuff. And I'll also just zoom around a bit. And if it's an endgame base, or rather an endgame cluster, then please include fuel in the inventory of your mecha, so that I don't have to go try to figure out where the heck do I find either antimatter or deuterium fuel rods. The same applies for Satisfactory. You can send me those as well. But for the Satisfactory, actually, it would be fine. If you want me to feature Satisfactory or Dyson Sphere Program bases in their current state, I would make episodes between 10 and 25 minutes to showcase. I could start doing that tomorrow if it is interest for it. So yeah, basically the same thing. Send me the save file, some instruction of what you have where, in Satisfactory. In Satisfactory program, I can see it on the bookmarks, like the pinned stars that are usually there for the planets or solar system that have anything in them. But it would also be useful to know which systems are the main production in there. That would actually be fun. If you want me to showcase either Dyson Sphere program or Satisfactory, then please do send me the save file and a short instruction. If you have more extensive instructions, then just send me a message on Discord, or more messages on Discord, if you want to talk to me about it. I'm not a problem at all to have a chat if there's something that you want me to interact with you before I showcase. Because that would be really fun to show off what other people have built. And if you've done something really nice, I might steal the idea. With credit, of course. It's been a long time since I played Factorio. It was before I broke my leg. And that was in 2018. November 2018. So... well, within limitations of what I have time to do, Peps. Within limitations of that. I don't have time to spend a week making that bus you did. Although it is a very good idea, it is sadly very doubtful that I'm ever going to do that, because... yeah... Let me have a quick look. Yep, that looks really, really nice. I would love to showcase that. That's a really nice looking refinery. And I also like the little details that you've added. That's really impressive. 24 islands, wow. Yeah, if you'd like me to show off that, then please do send me the save file and a couple of instructions, and I will be very happy to show that on the channel. Holy cow, that is a very good expression to say in this specific instance. 7 point, so I need to build 7 of them, and I can overclock one of them instead of underclocking one. It was only 50 hours, or 70. But that included learning the game, testing around and messing with the settings, also coming up with the idea and setting it up finally, so not that long. No, because 20-30 hours to set up that? No, that's not long at all. Missing plastic. You know how I build. You know that I'm very meticulous. You have an angsty teenager factory getting into university. Ah, the poor thing. That doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't worth showing off, though. But, of course, I don't want to show off a factory that the creator of the factory isn't ready to show off, so it is very important that you want to show it off, of course. Six of the islands is just plastic and rubber. Yeah, I believe you. How many hours do you have on the save game on that one? 250. And here I am with 427. And I haven't even built a fraction of what you've built there. Color me impressed. That is efficiency. $300 of that is waffling. Yes, I will not object to this statement. Well, maybe not 300, but at least 200 of it. I'm pretty sure. Then again, I do tend to get stuck on things like how to get the belt straight, how to do things like this little curious contraption. I think you can Google that, Phasian. I'm sure you'll find an answer. 88 hours to get to coal power and build the plant. Yeah, that sounds like me as well. I sure like to take my time at things. One example of that is that I saw Nilaus when he was streaming his Dyson Sphere program, his final stream. I watched maybe half an hour of that, and his save game was basically the same time spent as I had on mine, and I was very happy with my what was it? I need motors and things as well. I had 200 rockets per minute, and he had the entire northern and southern hemisphere covered with rocket launchers. I think he was launching something like 4,000 rockets per minute, and he had spent the same amount of time as I had. And I realized that my base really isn't a mega base at all compared to his. But then again, it's not like it's a competition of who's building the biggest and bestest, thankfully. But his base in Dyson Sphere program is really impressive. Where are the... what did I need? Motors, that's what I needed. Kilometers long. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. What's the size of the map? 16 by 16 or something? I don't remember exactly. Just 6 by 6. Oh wow, okay, well then. Two, 3, 4. Five. What was the number I came up with? 7. 6. And 7. Now, if this ties in with my... Okay, it doesn't. That's a bit annoying. on earth what's going on here? No idea. Do I build... I think I'll build that on this one then. That's... is that the correct place? There's one. Yes. Clear that one down again. Just so we have a path here. That's a bit annoying actually that I get that much of a gap there. And again, I could use that as the area for storing. Like where I split out, because the computers are needed for other recipes as well, but I need to split them so that I send some off to the mall segment, and some of them to the production facilities. So I could put an intermediate storage thing here and then take them down, where I could also go up. Oh, I would go down regardless actually, and then split underneath and then send to the relevant area. But I suspect that I'm going to have to go further up, because I can't have, you see that dune there? I can't have a sub-factory floor under that, because that's going to be hard. And there is a limit to how far I can take that floor out. Due to that belt, for instance. Although that belt I can do something about, because I can just drop it down. If I build the floor out, I don't need to drive on the dunes anymore. I can just drive on the floor, so... But that's not in the here and now. That is for later. This one needs circuit boards, quick wire, and rubber. And the number that I came up with was 7.14285, which means that one of these needs to be at 149, is that correct? No, 143. I don't know if I can use fractions in the percentage. I can. I don't think you could that before update 4. At least not that many. It was actually a patch after update 4 that gave us 4 decimal places. Nice. Well, I'm glad they added it, because it makes things easier for the overclocking. Update 4 just gave us 1. Okay. Oh, I don't want a foundation down there, I want it here. know how... Well, if I cut away that vegetation, I can actually go as far as I want in that direction. But this is the magic spot where I need to take up 2 products. Or maybe even 3 if I take the circuit boards down, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I think it's fine to just take them above, because getting 3 lifts in here is going to be interesting. And interesting is not always good. How much am I going to need here? I'm going to need 1 full belt of quick wire. And in addition to that, I'm going to need rubber. How much rubber? I need to write this down. Otherwise I'm going to forget it and I'm going to have to look it up over and over again. So that is 780 quick wire. And that times 26.25 is 100. Yeah, there we go, with all the weird decimals. I get a perfectly valid number. 195 circuit boards. And as for the rubber, I need 334.2857 of those. I think I'll just make that easy for myself and say that I need 335 rubber. For spreadsheet purposes, because I'm not going to have fractions like that in my spreadsheet. That would just be very, very inconvenient. I have room for 1 belt of rubber to come up here. But eventually, I think that that ramp here is going to have to go. And I'll probably build that part out a bit to hide things. I should have 2 belts of rubber coming in from the refinery, I think. I only have 1. Why do I only have 1 belt of rubber? I have 2. That worried me for a moment. This is a smart splitter and it sends the overflow into the right. Good. I think the easiest thing for me to do here is to get the rubber up here. I don't know how that is going to look in regards to the lift. But that is a problem that I'm not going to care that much about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One, 2. Although that won't work. I think I need to put it there. Think being the key word here. I left me a little crate. Is that correct? No. It isn't. Can I pick up the contents of this? Thank you. Then that one goes there. Oh, that actually is very acceptable. Not bad at all when it comes to clipping, so I'm happy with that. Now each of those rubber belts and each of those plastic belts contain 600. Just for reference, in case anyone is interested. Then we get the rubber coming up here. I should not do that because that is a pain. And then we take that to there and this one to there. And now becomes another conundrum, or now comes another conundrum. How do I deal with these belts? How do I deal with these belts in a gracious or graceful manner, I wonder? Yeah, I can happily be distracted by that for now. That doesn't look so messy. I like the archway that you've built there. That's really creative usage of the foundations. The Borg cube, yep. I like that. The archway is really really funky, actually. What part are you in? Are you in the southern forest? Since I see the manta. Although that one is also up in the northern forest. Or trains with a dark... Oh, wow. I noticed the belts now. Avataria. Wow. Yeah. Interestingly enough, that is one of the things that I've noticed. Grasslands. Yes, grasslands. Is that like in between? I should know this. Grasslands. Okay, yeah, so it's down in the south. Bottom left of the map, yes. Grass fields start 1. I'm a bit confused as to why Coffee Stain Studio has designated that as the best starting zone or area, because there are so many impure nodes down there compared to, for instance, the northern forest, but I guess there are less monsters. Near the big Skymoth Arch. Yeah, safest, but safe being relative, I suppose. Because you don't really get that much less of the monsters. I guess you get less of the big monsters, but yeah, Northern Forest is... when I sometime restart, I am going to do that in the Northern Forest. It's the only place that I haven't really built the Dune Desert. It's been a very interesting place to build in due to the dunes. I'm not sure I would recommend the Dune Desert for anyone who doesn't have a tendency towards the masochistic, I guess, because that's what it feels like, or felt like in the beginning. I was completely oblivious to the fact that there was a lot of vegetation over there, though, so I made do with the vegetation down here in the oasis. And when I finally ran on over to the other place there, I was like, oh, well then. Yeah, that's the thing. The Northern Forest is, you have that specific clearing. I think my favorite area is the Rocky Desert. You have ample supply of pure nodes, although not in the same short distance as you have in the Northern Forest. And you also have that massive area that is not entirely flat, but it is really flat. Handbrake. I'm not sure what that... handbrake. Oh, yeah. Convert... Yeah. Yes, ironically, I agree. It's kind of bizarre that. In addition to that, in the Dune Desert, you also have those two new water resource wells. But the Rocky Desert has ample water. I really like the Rocky Desert. It's also the area that has the most... what's the word? The most pleasant color scheme for my eyes. I'm spoiled in that sense, addicted. I'm on a 750 over 500 megabit connection, so even uploading 10-15 gigabytes of video takes 5 to 10 minutes. So if I can not have to leave my computer running at rendering or compressing, I happily just upload and let YouTube do the processing. If I had slower internet, I would definitely use something like Handbrake. There's also a very good video editing software that you can basically get for a tweet, which is called HitFilm, which I used to use. I don't know if Handbrake has... It says it's a transcoder, so I'm not sure if it does, if you can edit things with it. But I always like things that are licensed under the GPL license. Yeah, that's the thing with the desert. As you say, you don't need to leave the area to get something, except for when you get to the bizarre stage where you're at. And where I'm getting to, I had to go. I had to go down to the Red Swamp, which is my absolute least favorite area of all areas in the game, to get the bauxite, which was, well. One of the bauxite nodes in the Rocky Desert is not fun to get to because you basically have to run through huge fields of uranium rocks. That was fun. Combined with 3 spitter bosses, I think. But apart from that, I would rather do that. I would rather go up through that area of uranium rock with all those spitter bosses, because the spitter bosses was, build a lookout tower, pull out the rifle, hide behind the pillar, shoot them a little bit at a time, dead. The Red Swamp, I'm just gonna leave that there. Now I need to go out 3. Or do I? I don't. Yeah, I'm not very fond of the pink forest either. But I'd rather go to the pink forest than go to the red swamp. In fact, I'd take the pink forest any day over the red swamp. Which probably says quite a bit about how much I detest the red swamp. This is not what I had in mind at all. I'm not happy with this. Now you can. At a point in the game you couldn't. I remember when I did my Rocky Desert playthrough, driving through the bamboo forest. I had to bring my husband with me while I was doing things off camera, when I was just doing this on YouTube, so that he could stand on top of my... I was using the large vehicle. And he had to stand on top of the vehicle and jump down and cut down the bamboo trees because you couldn't drive through the trees. They added that later. So it was a constant struggle of hitting those trees. I mean, bamboo is obviously a sturdy tree, but I don't think that bamboo would have much of a chance against one of these. I mean, seriously. This thing just stopped if you drove it into a bamboo thing and like, huh? That doesn't even make sense. There's an oak tree, yes, I would understand it, but bamboo, no. I'm gonna take a quick break. I need to go to the bathroom and I need to get a little bit of bite to eat. And I also need to clear my head and just ponder on how I'm going to get those belts up to the floor over there. If anyone has any good ideas with those lifts while I'm away, I would welcome ideas, because I'm not really sure how to get those lifts up gracefully. I mean, I might have an idea that I think will work, but input will definitely be welcome if you have any. We'll do the spirals. Those seem to be fairly popular, and we'll go to the aluminium outpost in the red swamp, and we'll go back here, and I will return within 10-ish minutes. Not off on. was good timing. I think I had the necessary inspiration. I just need to implement it. Thank you for the patience of waiting, everyone. Basically, what you can do is like chain the lifts. I think that is what I need to do here. So what I first and foremost, and that's a good idea, Wally. I hope you get a very sound sound and restful sleep. You deserve it. So I'll see you around tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Cos. Sorry. When I eat, usually it's my voice gets a bit weird afterwards from a few moments. Your friend spent about 15k and built himself a dedicated transcoding computer and his own server bus. I do have additional computers that I could use for transcoding, but it would still mean that I would have to do it, which if I can avoid it, I will happily do so. But one thing you should look into for YouTube, which has been really nice for me, is an add-on for browser add-on, which is called TubeBuddy, where you can store multiple upload default profiles, so you don't have to write in everything for all of your videos every time. I mean, you have one upload default profile on YouTube, but TubeBuddy gives you more. It does have a monthly subscription cost, but they give 50% discount for channels that do not have 1,000 subscribers. And it's not really that bad. I mean, I'm paying like 20 bucks a month or something. So it's not really a massive... and that's for the next tier thing. If I'm using they have several tiers. The lowest tier would be like 12 per month. But I need some optimization stuff that is available in the second tier. The most expensive tier is a bit more of an investment and probably most useful for the absolute largest channels. Is this the correct location? Yes. So what I want to do here is how did I do this again? Is it 3? I think it's 3. Does 2 work? Two works. So we have the quick wire here. And instead of doing this for the rubber, I don't know why I removed that one. I'm gonna do this. And then I'm going to do this. And this. is that snapping to? There's nothing there to snap to. Must be something underneath. One, two. So that one goes there. I'll connect up the belt with the rubber afterwards. Wait, that actually is wrong. Good thing that I waited to connect up the rubber. It needs to go here. And that means that this one needs to be here. And that goes to that one. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should work. Now I don't remember, is it? It would be that one first and then that one, yes? That would be correct. This one goes to that one. This one goes to that one. And then just continues on. And I don't want to connect this yet, but this one should go straight into there. It does. And this one should also go straight into there. It does, good. Now the height thing, that is always fun. I'm gonna build a stackable conveyor pole here, just to visualize the heights. We can have on level 2, that would be 3. But to make it sensible, it would be 3, 4, 5. It would be these 3 heights. And I don't think I'm going to use input number 1. So it's going to be 4. Five. And 6, I think. I don't even understand how the game managed to do that. So that would be that height. That one would be the next height. And then this one would be the circuit boards. This is just Epic, so when he plays games on Epic, he built a dedicated computer just for it with removable drives, so all Epic will see is nothing. Okay. Well, I guess that's also a way to do it. Let's see. If I want that to come here, I need to get this in the middle. I think that's the middle of the foundation. Yes. So that would be 6 in height. Thank you so much for joining us, Kos. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And you have a good night's sleep. Or whatever you're going to do. There. And now I want to build a logistics smart splitter at that point. And I'm gonna need a ladder. And I need to remove the belt. Left output will be any. Right output will be none. Center output will be overflow. And then we remove these. I'm a bit amused that these don't require power, actually. And this one will then go there, and that's the correct height. I need to put the foundation back in place temporarily, because I'm going to need to have a splitter here. Is that on the center? No, it's not on the center. There. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a good question, actually. I don't have any supercomputers on me. Let me go have a look at them. That was one of the last things that I experimented with before I ended the tutorial series on in update 3.5. I should have a stack of supercomputers lying around here somewhere. At least I thought I had some supercomputers lying around. Apparently I don't. No, I do not have any supercomputers, and I don't think I can get them as parts either. I can. Okay, that's not a problem. I just need to put some stuff into the grinder first. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. There we go. And supercomputer. Let's get one stack of those. Yeah. They really changed that around, didn't they? So what's the actual difference between these? Ah, yeah. That's the thing. The programmable splitter is if you use sushi belts, I guess. What they call those belts. I never do that. But basically, if you have, let's say you have a mall where you have 10 containers, and you build one belt with the overflow coming from everywhere in your factory, and it's like trickling in 20 of one item and 40 of another item, maybe 30 of another item. Then you build a programmable splitter before each of the inputs in the row, and then you set, for instance, let's say the container is to the right, and you have the belt. It has AI limiters, it has alclad, it has batteries, and maybe it also then has a cable. So I want the cable to go off to the right, and I don't want it to go to the center. And then the next one, I would, for instance, take the batteries off on the right, and then I would have AI limiters and alclad going on the center. And then the next one, I would have alclad going to the right and AI limiters going to the center. And then the final one, I would just put the belt right in. So it's kind of like a sorter usage. Whereas that's not really necessary when all you have is one product on the belt. Which, in my factory, you will never find a belt that has more than one product on it. Because I don't like that potential confusion at all. Is this too far? No. How pleasant. So 4, 5, 6. Excellent. And the splitters decide to be well behaved as well. Probably because I bought stuff at the fix-it shop. Yeah, that's actually a very good use for it. Like just dump everything, parts from nature into one container, and then use programmable splitters to sort them out, instead of having to go to multiple containers to dump off stuff. Although I must confess that I probably wouldn't do even that, because I do like the idea, so I will try to do that actually next time when I build a factory. Broaden my horizons a bit. Is that too far? Huh. No, it's just... Ah, well. Yeah, I like that idea, actually. I'm not fond of sushi belts, but that's a very very good use for the programmable splitters. When I started, I actually had, and I don't understand why I don't have any supercomputers, because I had a programmable splitter at the hub, but maybe I put them into the grinder, or I put them in a container and I didn't see them. I don't know. I was fairly certain I had some of them lying around. Not that I mind using the tickets for them. It's not like you run out of tickets. There's always something you can grind. Yeah, that's actually... Yes, that is probably what happened. Now that you mention it. There, there, and there. Oh gods, I built mergers over here? No, I didn't. It's just the light. Huh. Generate 28 million points a minute. Yeah, exactly. If I really wanted tickets or needed them, there is... I mean, I could get many tickets myself if I wanted to. It's just that I don't bother having the factory working to grind things all the time. And in addition, if I really needed tickets in a jiffy, I could just edit them into a container with the Satisfactory calculator, if it was something that I needed for the recording session or the stream. Yeah, there you go. That's one way to get tickets. Easy money indeed. I don't know how much uranium gives, but I assume it's enough. We don't need that. We do need power, however. Not sure why I didn't place down... Missing wire. Well then. Where did I put the car? No idea. Probably over at the train station. Yeah, 35 points per uranium. Yeah, that's enough. I didn't see you write that, I just saw the easy money. I have absolutely no clue where I put the car. I thought I had it over there, but... somewhere in that direction, apparently. I may have put it up here. Yes. Too many thingies on the compass. Well then, okay. Caledorn shows off his amazing driving skills. Not even sure how I managed to do that. There we go, and now I can place the power poles. Is this on the same... It is. How handy. There. And then the final one here. Interesting. Connect that to there. I don't need that power pole. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can use this. And maybe I should connect up the power as well. Like so. And that one should also be Mark II, as should these. But I'm not sure if these are on the same. No, they are not. So I need to rebuild these when I get around to the crystal stuff, because those are on the wrong grid alignment. Now for the computers themselves, I want to build the exit for those. That will be with mergers 1, 2, 3, and I want it to go that way. Now we don't need to go high here. 3 will be more than sufficient. Actually, no. I want it to go to 4 because of car reasons. Very unlikely that I will be driving a truck up here, but just in case. And the final thing we need to do is remove this floor piece and definitely build a fence around it, because otherwise I'm going to fall down here. And I need a storage container. Be nice if I could just get it centered on it. That looks good. And then we can take the computers down there. Hold on, I don't want that kind of storage container. I want the large one. There we go. Yeah. Okay, merger again. And this time we want the exit to go towards that container. And then we can already hook that up. Mark 1? No, I don't think so. I think we need... Well, we don't need Mark 5 here, but... How much are we producing from it? I guess Mark 1 is actually fine, now that I consider it. Because I don't think I'm producing more than 60 computers. Nope. Definitely not. And then hook these up. And that one. And then we can take the final ones. Like that. And hopefully all I need to do now is actually connect up the materials, and these things should be good to go. Rubber. Quick wire. Circuit boards. Well. I'm not entirely sure what I did here. But I do remember now. I can't have a floating power pole. This one needs to go. Yes. Being able to attach power poles to ceilings is definitely a lifesaver. And there we have a problem. How do I solve that? Well, if I'm lucky, 1, 2, which I am. Is that correct? No, it is not. Autosave. Thank you. So this one needs to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. And then that connects to... Yeah, that's correct. Oh, I can't find the pixel again. I might have configured that thing wrong. No. It's definitely outputting. So what seems to be the problem? There is no rubber coming. Oh well, it might be a good idea to actually connect the rubber. There we go. Now you guys should start up, huh? Here we go. Thank you. I like that sound. Very satisfying sound after all that work. And, yay. That hole is not going to be fun. That, or rather, it might be fun, depending on the view. It is definitely a hole that I'm going to fall down into. Can I add walkways here? Can't add there, but I can add there at least. That's going to be a little bit helpful. And the last ones in the line are not going to produce much at all because they're not going to get enough quickfire due to the manifold being underfed, since the first machines are going to take most of the products from the get-go. But at least I finally got computers up and running. One line of that. Our power consumption is rising, definitely. These are using 55 each. The first one is probably at something like 70, 80. $97.3. Okay, well done. I guess if you overclock these to the maximum, they are going to 8 power like crazy then. Now the manifold has filled up this one, so... and this one, so it's going to be producing more balanced very soon, actually. Okay, so I think that is about a good time to wrap up. We have computers. They are being produced. They are being put into the container over here. And I need more copper.
Not all who wander are lost.
Thank you so much for the follow, Avatar. Or Avatarian. Or Avataria? Avatarianox. We have a saying in Norway that I don't know what that is in English. Let's see if... I don't think that's applicable. But apparently Google tells me that the closest expression in English would be a Shakespearean quote, which would be, "A rose by any other name would smell as sweet." That sounds a bit over the top compared to the Norwegian expression, but yeah. So copper is going to be the next little adventure, and I'm definitely going to use the foundry method. It's not like we don't have enough iron for that. What do I need to unlock things in the hub? That's a question that I might want to consider, because it's all well and good and to build all these massive production lines using lots and lots of stuff for old stuff, but it would also be nice to get the new stuff. So let's go have a look at that. I need to get radio control units. Exactly. The drones would be kind of like yes please very much for me. And that, so the only thing I need for that is radio control units. Didn't the radio control units used to have beacons in them? On tier 8? Yeah, that's probably going to be fun when I discover the length or the reach of that. Radio control units should be a priority, actually. Supercomputers. Oh yes, the radio control unit is actually the most important thing that I can get currently. That's prioritize radio control units. And that means that I need to redo the manufacturer line that I have up there for crystal oscillators to use this one. We have the rubber available, that's fine. I just need to take out another line from down there. But the AI limiters, that's the one. So AI limiters, no, I did not want to do that. AI limiters. I don't think there's an alternate recipe for these, at least not that I'm aware of. AI limiter, nope. There is no alternate recipe for these. And that brings us back to the copper sheets. But I don't need many. Like 5 per minute needs 25 copper sheets. And I wanted to overclock these to 3. Oh. Here, unhappy. So, if I overclock these to 3 per minute, I think that needs 1 battery. No power shard. No, it needs 2 power shards. Oh, that's gonna eat power. That was why that thing up there was connected to power, because I was looking at the numbers for that. Did I write that down anywhere? Probably not. That would have been silly of me. Why on earth would I have done that? Does the calculator allow me to do that? I wonder. We go to the calculator here. And we take the item for crystal oscillator. I want to have the, what's it called? Insulated crystal oscillator. Let's have that. Production. Do I have to pick that one then? No. Okay, that's interesting. There's actually a limit showing here for what you can get from the map. This is the maximum numbers you can get from a map. I'm not even going to try to read that number. But I didn't know that you had that much limestone on the map. Also shows that there isn't really that much copper compared to the iron. It's more than twice the number of iron ore. That's interesting. Computers are not really used for anything. That's a bit of a shame. I hope that they do something about that, because that's something that I'm not very fond of, when they add new things to the game and you sit there with a recipe that basically isn't being used. That's a bit of a meh. Why doesn't this show the... How about the other calculator then? Production planner. Options. Dynamite 2, that's right. Available power shards, 20. It doesn't seem to give me that opportunity. I want to add alternate recipes, select all. I want to add oscillators. Yeah, look at this. It's recommending using the foundry recipe for the copper. I'm not surprised. It's also recommending the fused quickwire. Which is a better recipe than the default one. It's just that I haven't built that yet, nor do I think I need it anytime soon. But if I have 3, that should show me exactly 160%, which is exactly... Okay, so this calculator actually does show me that. That's not bad at all. Now, if I want to have 6 of these, it's probably going to overclocking the manufacturers more if I like do 6. Yeah, it doesn't give me the full representation there. I would not overclock 1 to 220% and have another one running at 100. I would overclock 2 to 260. But this gives me an idea here. Surprised it doesn't use the recycled rubber recipe here. I don't really need to build that because it's going to take 3 AI limiters per minute. I could have seen that by just comparing that number to that number. So if I want to have 6 of these, I'm going to need... Radio control units uses computers and oscillators. There's an alternate motor recipe that uses crystal oscillators, even if it is a kind of a waste of quartz. I have a tendency to avoid anything that requires crystal oscillators in the alternate recipes because they are a pain to set up. But I would be needing... 18. So basically 150 copper sheets and 600 quick wire? No. 100, 400. I would even have 2 to spare. I could just set up some basic copper sheet constructors to, since I have a full belt of 780 that I'm not using for anything currently. That way we can progress a bit, and I can focus on efficiency, like the copper iron alloy foundry. I can focus on that later instead. I think that would be a better way of doing things, because I have been waffling extensively on these older recipes that I don't really need to be concerned with. So maybe I'll just do that. Set up that would be a temporary thing. I could even use the temporary floor for it. Let me just write this down, because otherwise I am going to forget, and then I have to do it all over again tomorrow. So I would have to build 20. I would probably then just do 30. So let's do 30 AI limiters. That is 6 assemblers. And those would require 150 copper sheets and 600 quick wire. That again would go into... I need to change the quartz crystal outpost that I have in the Dune Desert, because that one is also producing silica, which I no longer need, because I think I was using that for something here, but I do not remember what. I was probably using it for the... not this one. I was probably using it for the circuit boards that I tore down earlier in this stream. So I don't need silica to be produced out at the end of that belt anymore. So what I would need for that, I would need constructor. I tend to do that for some reason. I would need copper sheets. I would need 15 constructors. So 150 copper sheet. That would be 15 constructors. Which would again require 300 copper. So that's simple enough. The quick wire I already have. I have the rubber. I would need 18. 180 quartz crystal. Because that would be 30. Am I doing this? Three times 6 is 18. Upgrade this rubber belt from a Mark 1. I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one waffling. Yeah, that would mean I would need 1, so 6, 18 insulated crystal oscillators. That would require 180 quartz crystal. That number is going to be fun to work with. 30 13.125 divided by 100 multiplied by 160 is... Why did you do that, calculator? Of course, pasting into the calculator, that would be too hard. Let's do that again. 13.125 divided by... Maybe I can do that differently. 13.125 divided by 100, parenthesis end, multiplied by 160 is 21. So 21 divided by 6 is 126. 126 rubber, no problem, we have that. And 18 AI limiters. Then for the radio control units, I probably will use this one. Or will I? $4.5 versus 2.5. 1.25, 1.5, 1.25 computers. That would mean I would be using them for something. So that's 30 aluminium casing, 67.5 aluminium casing. I would add rubber into the loop. But how many radio control units do I need? That I don't know yet, which means that since I don't know how many radio control systems I'm going to need, or radio control units, I'm going to use the basic recipe for that for now, and I might produce, let's see, 18 divided by 1.25 is 14.4. I definitely don't need to build that many. So let's say I want to build 20 of those per minute. So 20 radio control unit using the basic recipe, which will then be revisited later. That would mean that I would have to have 8 manufacturers. And 30 times 8 is 240 aluminium casings. Uh, 10 crystal oscillators. And 10 computers. And then we would have the radio control units being made, which means that we could start getting things from the hub. This doesn't look that bad. I think that actually, if I'm being optimistic, I would be able to finish this like in the first hour or two of, depending on how much I waffle with the belts. I should be able to complete this within an hour or two of tomorrow's stream, and then we can actually start getting into the area of unlocking update 4 stuff from the hub. I think that's a good plan. So this is definitely going to be what I'm going to be focusing on from the start tomorrow. The thing that I need to do, we can do that before we end the stream. We need to take a visit to the the quartz outpost. However, I need to take a visit to the bathroom because I'm almost dancing here because I need to go. So I shall be back in less than a minute, I think. There we go. Now I put the car... What? There. I like to know what I need to do. Or have a kind of an idea of what I'm going to do. And I could do that on my own, but might as well do it together with you guys. Just do the planning so that I know what we need to take a look at tomorrow. And I know that I need to check out that quartz outpost. And I want to know how much is necessary to invest in time for that as well. I don't think it's strictly necessary to do anything out there from the get-go, because I think I'm producing enough quartz crystal, but I would like to just get rid of the quartz, the silica production out there, because that belt is redundant currently. But I might need to remake it into making quartz crystal. 450, wow, that is a lot of power to for one resource well. How much are you getting out of it? Yeah, I have 2 machines making silica out here. You're getting 1200. Is that water or is it nitrogen? And is that all the nodes or is that the entire thing? Like, is that all the nodes combined or is that per node? Nine per minute. The whole node. Is that enough? Based on what you said earlier. That doesn't sound like it's going to cover your needs. I do have the pure crystal, I think. Where is that constructor? I have all of the pure crystal. Where is that made? Refinery? Yeah, I do have that. But I'm not going to use it. Not yet, because I don't want to have to mess with water here when I have water there that I just need to unlock with what we're going to use this crystal for. But how many of these am I going to need? I need 180 quartz crystal. Oh, this one is clocked at 40%. That's better. 22.5. So, what is that? Oh, I need to check this comment. I got a comment. Someone asked me if I've tried to connect a hypertube entrance directly to the top or the bottom of a foundation. Not sure what they meant. I don't understand exactly how that would work either. Oh. How can you do that? That's new. You don't need the supports anymore? Does that mean that if I build... and I take a glass foundation and put it there? Oh, I still can't get it to... Okay. Yeah, it looks weird. Anyways, my math was that I need 180 quartz crystal. I think we're producing that out here. 22.5. So 180 divided by 22.5 is 8. According to my spreadsheet, which is correct for this, I am producing 144 in 6.4 constructors. But that's not a problem. I can add... This is a minor little thing. These are producing 360... Or rather, I think I'm producing 300 because I just overclocked one of them, I think. Yes. So if I put this in here and do that, then I'm producing 360 raw quartz. And I think each of these takes 37.5. Yep. So 360 divided by 37.5 is 9.6. So that means I can have 8. So I need 8 quartz, crystal, constructors at quartz outpost. That's basically everything I need to get the... so I'm gonna put that somewhere I can easily see tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it. This is gonna be very simple to fix compared to some of the things that I've done previously. Probably should get the belts up there in order as well, but that can be done much later. Trying to think if there's anything else. Not that I can recall. Yeah, I think we're just about ready to wrap it up then. Let me see if there's anyone on that looks susceptible for a raid. Well, we do have the Biddlybop again. He's playing Loop Hero today as well, but I'm not sure. It's nice to spread out the raids a bit. If any of you have any suggestions for anyone to raid, then please let me know. See if there's anyone playing Satisfactory. Jojo says Bree. There's a lot of people. Who is that? Yeah, you keep saying that. New player doesn't like backseating. Very high key. Too high key. At least at this hour of the night. In case there are any Europeans here. It's only Bill. Oh, they are playing together. Right. German? No, that's not going to be very helpful. Another German? No, I think we're gonna raid the Biddlybop. He appreciates the raids, and it's also nice to watch him as a wind down when he plays Loop Hero. Let's have a look at what he's doing right now. He'll probably be very amused that I raid him yet another day. Yep. Let's raid him. He's a nice guy as well, and he's low key, so it's relaxing to watch him. So thank you all so very much for joining me today, and I will see you all tomorrow. I liked playing Evil Genius today earlier. Like, it was nice to have an hour or two of something breaking up the Satisfactory. Just letting my poor brain rest a bit from all of this numbers and trying to get the belts. I'm probably going to dream about getting belts correct angled and lifts and all the things. So I might stream something else first tomorrow earlier and then go to Satisfactory afterwards, which means that I would be around, probably around now tomorrow as well, about this time where I would be ending. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for keeping me company today, and all of the nice chat and tips and so forth. Yeah, Dyson Sphere program would be nice to raid, but yeah, Dippidly is a really nice guy though, and he's really appreciative of the raids as well. So it's nice to do that. So yes, for those of you who have been watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for following the companion series. As always, if you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, and of course also do drop me a follow on Twitch if you want to. And thank you so much, Seth Lorien. You have to work the weekend. Well, I'll see you on Monday then. It's very, very likely that I will be streaming on Monday as well. So, have a great night, everyone. I will go to the YouTube outro video now. Bye-bye.